Bottom of the 5th inning, Miguel Tejada singled his first time up, at the first pitch from Roger Clemens is outside. Yankees have won 6 straight, 5-0 on this West Coast swing. 4 in a row from Seattle, and then 12-8 last night against the Athletics. Splitter is low, 2-0 to Tejada. There's a strike, 2-1.
The way the left side of this infield has shaped up under the tutelage of Rod Washington, who is the third base coach. Rod there has been an infielder his whole career, and he has taken special assignment on Tejada and also Eric Chavez. Rod has in Chavez now, he has, or Chavez I should say, he has the best fielding percentage third baseman in baseball.
We were kidding about that earlier. Is it Chavez or Chavez? Well, the Spanish pronunciation is Chavez, C-H, but it's been Americanized into Chavez. Eric is from the Los Angeles area, and a cute article in the Oakland paper about Eric and his family this morning.
Well, he said really he didn't know. He had to go back and ask his mother, was it Chavez or Chavez? And when he did, we finally found out it was Chavez, but everybody wants to Americanize it, so it's Chavez. But his dad made a funny statement because since all this little pronunciation controversy, his dad, his papa said, well, his hitting has improved dramatically since he became Chavez instead of Chavez.
Keep it Chavez.
Keep it Chavez.
You've heard of keep it simple? Keep it Chavez. That's simple in Spanish.
And that's all right with him.
Call him anything as long as things go well. And things have gone well for Eric Chavez recently. He had 3 hits in last night's ball game. He was on base 4 times. Takes a curveball from Roger Clemens, 0-1 to Chavez, who grounded to a double play his first at bat.
A.J. Hinch made a comment to say about that name controversy. He said, oh, what the heck? He said, I'm just going to call him what I always call him, and that's Chavi.
0-2 pitch, poked to left. Will he try for 2? Yes. And Leday's throw is late, so a double for Eric Chavez. And he's at second with 1 out.
Papa said his hitting has improved dramatically since he became Chavez. What a good piece of hitting there. I mean, that's just like poking it into left field. Like you knew what you were doing. No stopping at first base. And he knew he had double on his mind when that ball left the bat.
Gosh, that ball looked 6 to 9 inches off the plate.
But it was up.
Yeah.
If the ball is down, it's a little bit different.
A.J. Hinch, the batter. He is the catcher. Ball 1. Here's the contact on that pitch.
Look where he's going. Now the ball's up in the strike zone. If that ball's a little bit lower, he can't hit the ball. If he hits it, he's going to pull it on the ground back to the pitcher or to the second baseman if he does make contact.
But you're right, Bobby. It was up between the belt and the letters. And that's why Eric was able to get the bat on it to left field. Hinch, right field. O'Neill there. So A.J. Hinch has hit the ball hard to right. He's hit the ball hard to left. 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
The very reason they sent A.J. Hinch back to Vancouver was to work on that particular part of his hitting. Hitting the ball with authority to the opposite field.
Tony Phillips now the batter. Speaking of names, how can you have initials and be called A.J. and go to Stanford? If your nickname is AJ, you got to go to Baylor or Memphis State.
You're going to say Oklahoma.
Or Oklahoma State. I was thinking.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, not Oklahoma.
Yeah, I figured if I was going to say Memphis State, I had to include Oklahoma State. Well, AJ makes an out here in the 5th. No score after 5.
Announcing the Mercury 5-Star Summer Clearance. Now the 5-star value of Mercury Mountaineer includes no-charge leather and power moonroof, a $1,750 value on a loaded-to-the-roof rack all-wheel drive V8-powered Mountaineer with the best lease deals of the year, plus $500 cash back. Need even more family room? The roomier, zoomier Mercury Villager has super low financing and big cash back. A sale this big only comes once a year. The Mercury 5-Star Summer Clearance, going on now.
To be the best takes strength, speed, endurance. Now the best way to cure athlete's foot has it all. New Lamisil AT. Strength. Full prescription strength to stop the itching and burning. Speed. These take 4 weeks of treatment to kill the fungus. Only Lamisil AT cures athlete's foot with just 1 week's use. Endurance. A study showed most users were still athlete's foot free 3 whole months later. Get it all in new Lamisil AT. The best way to cure athlete's foot.
What's this dance called?
It's the El Duque.
Hey, Connie, why don't you have a dance?
First pitch to Derek Jeter, a slider for a strike, and now another slider from Omar Olivares, who has pitched well. So has Roger Clemens. 4 hits for the Yankees, 1 in each inning. 4 hits for the Athletics. This one fouled away as Olivares tries to come right back in there to Derek. 1 and 2 to Derek Jeter.
During this recent slump that Jeter has been in, his first slump of the year, his demeanor has stayed the same. And that's a sign of a guy that will continue to hit for high average and be a productive hitter throughout his career, because a lot of guys, when they go into such slumps that Jeter has been in, especially after being so successful early in the season, and to still have that same outlook that when he comes out each and every day, even though he was 2 for 32 at one time, you gotta put that behind you, and today is another day that you can work on it and try to work yourself out of it.
Joe Torre says that a hitter should never be affected by the previous at bat, good or bad. Ground ball left side. Tejada throws out Jeter. 1 out here in the 6th. New York Yankees baseball on Fox 5 is brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota every day. By Red. Now your business can enjoy the same internet speed of a big business with Red high-speed digital connectivity. Call 1-888-RED-2000 today. And by Ford Cars and Trucks, built for the way you live at your tri-state quality Ford stores. Along with Bobby Mercer, Tim McCarver from the Oakland, used to be the Oakland Alameda Coliseum, and now it is the Network Associates Coliseum, a stadium that was remodeled for football. We kidded about it last night that we are staring into the mass of Mount Davis. That's what they call that reconstruction in center field, obviously because of the owner of the Oakland Raiders, Al Davis. He was responsible for that baby right there. Well, they needed more suites, more seating for football, and since they have built that to center field, the ball the way it had carried here at the Coliseum has certainly changed, because you couldn't blast one out of here. The ball just didn't travel well here in this Coliseum, but now they just fly out of here. We saw that last night. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Paul O'Neill. On the other hand, because of the rule in the NFL that in order to televise, stadiums have to be full. They can't televise the Raiders locally because the stadium is rarely full here. And it's certainly rarely full for athletics games. They have never drawn in this ballpark.
No. They drew, what, 24,000 last night, and that's what I consider a bad crowd, even though it was a Monday night. But Oakland was playing their very best month here at the Coliseum. They're back in the race. They've made some trades. They've got some new players. They had the world champion New York Yankees coming in. They knew they had to beat these guys, and only 24,000 showed up. Bill, some things going on about who's going to be the owner of this particular franchise, and we've had some names bandied around, and we'll know, or baseball will know, sometime in the month of September, the middle of September, they're going to have to make a decision on whether they're going to change ownership.
That is the jersey of Walter Haas, who is the CEO of Levi Strauss. They are the former owners of the Athletics, selling to Steve Schott and the group run by Steve Schott. And Steve Schott, Ray Fosse telling us on the field before last night's game, a real baseball fan. Athletics sweeping the San Francisco Giants for their last world championship. There's Ray Fosse and Bill King. Bill, a legend in this area. Way inside, full count now to O'Neill.
Andy Dolich, a former communications director here for the Oakland A's in the franchise, is leading the group to buy this Schott ball club. Joe Morgan, of course, Hall of Famer for Cincinnati and broadcaster for NBC, ESPN, and he was part of that group. Now I understand he is no longer, but Reggie Jackson has joined in his place as being a part of that Andy Dolich group.
Our Lincoln Mercury scoreboard, a final, the Diamondbacks beating the hapless Chicago Cubs. Boy, the Cubs are really struggling. My goodness. Here's Bernie Williams with one out, one on. The Yankees have not had a base runner reach third base in this game, and only one reached second. That was a two-out double by Jim Leyritz in the second inning. No score here in the sixth. Line to left field, base hit. O'Neill has to stop at second base. So Bernie Williams with his first hit, and hit number 5 for the Yankees.
Well, Bernie continues his hot hitting, and that pitch is down and away. Bernie had struck out his last time up, tried to pull the ball his first time up, so this time with that pitch going down and away, he just lines it into left field. So adjustments made by Williams in his third attempt.
He had grounded to second. He had struck out. And some folks from Bristol, Connecticut on hand. A lot of Yankee fans on hand. And our folks from Bristol love Tino Martinez. Easy guy to like. 1 for 2 in this game. Grounded hard to the right side. Spezio, Tejada, back to the pitcher. Oliveras covering. Neatly turned, a 3-6-1 double play. Puts out the fire of the Yankees here in the sixth. No score after 5.5.
A while back, when our new larger Saturns came in, one of our customers was out of town.
Show him the back seat.
Okay.
So a couple of our retailers put together a little video for him
German engineering.
to show off the bigger engine and new suspension.
Feel how smooth?
And while they're not the best filmmakers,
Oh, that's what it is.
that customer knows a little more about our new larger Saturn LS.
Boy, it's a big trunk. We should get a shot of that.
And a whole lot more about Saturn.
This is good stuff.
The X-Files, Sunday at 9 p.m., only on Fox 5. p.m. Fridays this fall on Fox 5.
Mom, did that file open yet?
No. Buy your kids a Gateway PC and you'll never have an old computer because you can trade it in toward the purchase of a new one after 2 years. Get a Gateway Learning PC with an Intel Celeron processor and $500 worth of educational software included for $39 a month. Call 1-800-GATEWAY.
Do I like to shop? Oh, yes. How you doing? Franks and beans? Aisle 5. Beans and franks? Aisle 7.
Hi. Hi.
Fat free. Nothing but carb. Check this out. You're our 1 millionth shopper!
Right now, use your card at supermarkets and get double membership rewards points.
I love this card.
Good ball game, but just the opposite of last night's game. A game won by the Yankees 12-8. Folks, you can catch John Rowland, Rosanna Scotto, Nick Gregory with weather, and Kurt Menefee on sports, New York's #1 primetime news team on the Fox 5 10 o'clock news this evening. Late edition last night. Our game was over about 1:15 a.m. New York time. We still had the troops in the studio.
Actually, it was an early edition. It was in the a.m. time.
Oh, it was the early edition, but it was the
That came on late.
10 o'clock news at 1:30
a.m.
Yeah. Randy Velarde now to face Roger Clemens. Not a lot of base runners in this game. Pitchers have done a good job in spacing the base runners. No more than 2 an inning.
And when they do have them on, they make the pitch to either get a double play or
2 double plays for the Yankees and 1 double play for the Athletics. 1-1 to Randy Velarde here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nasty outside fastball right on the corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Velarde with Jason Giambi, the hottest hitter for the Athletics, on deck. Inside, 2-2.
With Randy Velarde now playing second base, that loosens up Tony Phillips to play the outfield or play any of the outfield position for Art Howe, along with all the infield positions. That's the reason that Tony is so valuable. Of course, Randy can play 2 or 3 positions on the infield too. But Tony Phillips, when McDonald is struggling, or Christensen, he's able to put Phillips out in the outfield. Gives him a lot of versatility.
3-2 pitch to Velarde. Line to right field, base hit. So Velarde found the count at 1-2, and then Roger missed with 2 pitches. And he lines 1 to right, and here's Giambi with nobody out here in the 6th inning.
Now batting designated hitter, Jason Giambi.
We have failed to mention that the reason Giambi is the DH this afternoon is because he sprained his left shoulder in Sunday's game against the Chicago White Sox, won by the Athletics on a walk-off 9th inning home run by Matt Stairs to win it 7-5. Inside, ball 1.
Talk about trying to take the place of somebody who was a legend out in this area. Jason Giambi, of course, not playing first base today, but he takes over there when he is healthy. Mark McGwire was, when he was traded, Giambi was the guy that had to take the place of McGwire.
One and one to Jason Giambi.
You see that article in the paper, the San Francisco Chronicle this morning. There was a column on Mark McGwire in St. Louis and how McGwire was such a distraction to that ball club that they couldn't win.
Low with the slider. Well, you know what? There's some truth to that, in my view. I mean, Mark McGwire is such a presence, such an individual presence, that in a way, and it's certainly not Mark's fault, but in a way it detracts from a team concept. I think it adds to insecurity of the players who can't do what he does. Fouled away. 2-2 now to Giambi. I know this. I know it's a strange thing. I mean, what are you going to do? Ask a guy not to hit 70 home runs or not to have 44 this year? But if you're a teammate of his, you fall into the category of adoration, and you're worried more about what he's doing than what you're doing. Not saying that that's necessarily the case, but I understood where that article was going today. And there's at least an element of truth in the theory that that could possibly be the case. Full count here to Giambi. We'll see if Velarde's running.
For distraction purposes, but the point of the article was, well, if he's such a distraction, what has happened to the pitching staff?
Yeah,
I mean, you start with pitching, and St. Louis has had all kinds of problems with their pitching. Sure, with McGwire, that's got to be a distraction.
There goes Velarde, foul back, still 3-2.
But I don't think it's any purpose at all to say that the Cardinals can't win with Mark McGwire there. That's we'll look at Sammy Sosa. I mean, the Cubs are not playing well, but they don't have any pitching either. So,
of course, the Cubs did win last year with Sammy Sosa with all that hoopla, so that shoots holes somewhat into the theory that I just espoused.
Well, I mean, I pretty much know what you're saying. Yeah, it is a distraction, and if you're not a player that's attuned to something like that, you can let it take your mind away and somewhat feel like, well, I'm left out because all the attention is always focused on a McGwire or Sosa. And if you've got that alter ego, that it will affect you.
Velarde running, fastball is inside. So Posada threw anyway, but a moot point. So the best scoring opportunity for either side today with the Athletics. Runners on at first and second and nobody out, and Matt Stairs the batter.
Well, Posada out to have a conversation with Clemens, and rightfully so. Toughest part of the game now for Clemens, because tough hitter coming up in Matt Stairs and nobody out. If he's going to make some pitches, now's the time that he needs to make them. And Matt Stairs will be the guy. The dangerous of the two with Spezio on deck, and then the young hitter and Ben Grieve coming up after that.
Stairs 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Ball 1 to Stairs. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Matt Stairs, as Roger Clemens finds himself in a heap of trouble here in the 6th inning of a scoreless ball game.
You can't ever tell on Joe Torre's face whether he has concern or not, but obviously there's concern there. Stairs with 5 home runs in the month of August, tied for the major league lead.
Rather healthy cut, 2-1 to Matt Stairs.
But not a cut that you would want, because the ball is ball 3. And Stairs was so in tune to swinging at that 2-0 pitch that he swung at a bad pitch.
Ground ball right side. Tino from one knee gets the lead runner, or the in-between runner, as Velarde stays at third. So a fine play by Tino Martinez, 1 away.
Yes, a good play by Tino Martinez. Even a better pitch by Roger Clemens, getting Matt Stairs, one of the most dangerous hitters in this lineup. But look at Tino's play. He makes sure of the 1. And that was to force the guy at second base, and Jeter immediately looking that runner back at third in case he wanted to make a big turn.
Fourth baseman Scott Spezio.
Scott Spezio grounded into a double play his last time up. He's 0 for 2. First and third, 1 out for the Athletics. Low, ball 1.
Clemens has gotten into a couple of jams this afternoon and has been able to make that pitch to get himself out of it. Not very good numbers versus Clemens, and you got to remember that Spezio is a part-time player. He doesn't play every day, and only playing this afternoon because of Jaha not being in there again.
Scott had a good night, however, last night. He had a couple of hits, including a home run. Velarde on at third. Stairs on at first base. 2 balls, no strikes to Scott Spezio. Ball 3. 3-0 now to Spezio. That is a key graphic right there. 197 left-handers last year. This year 291.
Split finger.
That's a fastball right down the pipe. 3-1 to Spezio.
I observed that as not being able to throw the split finger, but also pitching behind in the count all the time to left-handed hitters. Not being able to put them away after you are, you know, a 1-1 count or 1-2 count or 0-2.
Fouled out of play. 3-2. Well, look at this inning. He walked Jason Giambi behind the whole count to him. It was 2 balls and no strikes to Stairs. Stairs helped him out, swinging at the high fastball, grounded out on the 2-1 pitch. It was 3-0 to Spezio, and now it's 3-2. So we'll see if Matt Stairs runs and Posada out in front of the plate to give Jeter and Knobloch and Clemens the signs as to what he will do in case Stairs runs. Time is called, and Posada and Clemens will converse as Jeter and Knobloch determine who's going to cover should Stairs run. A lot of that will depend on what kind of sign Posada flashes. If it's a fastball, Knobloch will cover. If it's a splitter or a breaking ball, Jeter will cover. The reason for that, a left-handed batter on the off-speed stuff more inclined to pull the ball. So we'll see. Jeter covering if Stairs runs. Stairs did not run, and Spezio fouls it back. A lot of stuff before the stuff, huh?
And I don't think that Clemens really minds if he walks Spezio here. I think it's the same type of pitch that he's going to have to make to Ben Grieve anyway, so he wants to make a quality pitch, and hopefully Spezio will hit the ball on the ground. He gets the double play and gets out of it, especially with the runner that time at least holding on at first base. I thought the runner would be going.
Jeter covering again. Runner not running, and this one drilled to center field. Williams back, and Bernie can't get to it. 1 run scores. Stairs will try to score and make it 2-0 Athletics here in the 6th.
For a guy that wasn't even supposed to play today, Scott Spezio, that's a fastball right down Broadway on a 3-2 pitch, and Bernie made a good effort. He got a little bit too close to the fence, so the carom was back on him very quickly, and that's what allowed Stairs to score all the way from first base, even though he wasn't running on the pitch.
So the double by Spezio, driving in 2, and here's Ben Grieve. Low, ball 1. 2-0 Athletics.
Well, that was a telltale sign pointing out what Clemens did against left-handed batters last year as
really
compared to this year.
Yep. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes behind to Ben Grieve, the 4th consecutive left-handed hitter to which he has fallen behind.
Because always the equalizer was the split finger that he would equalize the left-handed hitter with, besides running that fastball inside on him.
Ball 3. The 4th straight 3-ball count to left-handed hitters. Miguel Tejada on deck. See if Ben Grieve is swinging here. 2-0 Athletics. They're looking for more. Taking. Strike 1. Your point about the splitter, Bobby, you can't throw that splitter and expect hitters to swing at it when they're behind in the count. Hit deep to right field. 4-0 Athletics. On a 3-1 fastball.
When you lose one of your best pitches, and the hitter knows that, and the hitter always hitting with the count in his favor, no matter how good your fastball is and where you locate it a lot of times, the big league hitters will make you pay for it. And this is what Grieve does to Clemens on that pitch. And the same for Spezio before him.
Hitting the 3-2 fastball to center field. Here's Tejada. Ball 1 to Miguel. He is singled and grounded out. 4-0 Athletics with 4 runs here in the 6th. Strike 1, 1-1.
Well, the bullpen is silent for New York. New York used 4 last night.
Slider lifted to right field and playable. O'Neill there. Paul puts it away. And that'll bring up Eric Chavez, the third baseman. Ben Grieve can do anything but Grieve after that bolt. I don't think Ben Grieve can hit a ball any harder than that. 3-1 inside fastball, 2-run shot. Here's Chavez to left center and playable. Leday, Williams converge, and it's Bernie who puts it away. But the Athletics strike first here in the 6th. Capping it off with a 2-run home run by Ben Grieve. It's A's 4, Yankees nothing.
Remember your first crush?
Is there a problem?
Your first band?
Hi, Mom.
Your first car?
You won't even know we touched it.
This Friday.
Sorry.
It's all coming back.
The night is filled with possibilities.
You are skating on thin ice, young man.
Detroit Rock City.
They grow up fast, don't they?
Oh, man.
Rated R. Starts Friday.
Tonight at 10, tragedy hit William Shatner.
She meant everything to me.
Why did his wife end up dead? Plus, a gunman opened fire inside a daycare center, shooting children. The late-breaking details on the Fox 5 10 o'clock news tonight.
A hotel phone, a fax and modem are not enough to feel connected. Embassy Suites, a design for living.
I don't know if I can do this. It's easy. You just sneak up and push them. They tip right over. Right over? Yeah, I've done it 1,000 times. All right.
Need a new grill? During Napa's sizzling summer sweepstakes, you can win a classic barrel grill from any of over 6,000 participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Plus, save on hundreds of items. Stop by today.
Top of the 7th inning, Ricky Leday 0 for 2, and Ricky takes a fastball low from Omar Olivares. There's a fastball for a strike. The score was 0-0 going into the bottom of the 6th inning, and then the Athletics exploded for 4 runs. Single by Velarde, a walk to Giambi, fielder's choice. Tony Phillips can't get to this ball as Ricky Leday doubles to center to open the Yankees 7th inning. So the Yankees right back at you.
Good piece of hitting by Leday, and this ball just kind of takes off once it leaves the bat. Tony Phillips thought he had a bead on it, and the ball just kept carrying and carrying out there to center field. Here at the Coliseum, I have never seen the ball carry like it did last night and this afternoon. Normally it carries better in the daytime than it does at night.
Jim Leyritz has singled, and the slider on the corner to Jim, 0-1. Said he had singled. That was Tino Martinez thrown out, stretching the single into a double. Jim Leyritz has doubled. One ball, one strike to Jim Leyritz here in the 7th. Ricky Leday on at second base and nobody out. Another one slices the corner. 1-2 to Jim. Jorge Posada on deck. Two and two now to Leyritz. Jim jammed, and after a delay, Leday goes to third, and the first baseman Spezio can't get the ball out of his glove. How about that for a dunker? I would imagine it's a hit for Leyritz.
Got to be an infield hit. It was hit so soft nobody could react to it. Olivares did his part. Once he saw he couldn't get it, he's headed towards first base. But Spezio, he just couldn't get a grasp on it. And they had a shot at Leyritz. In fact, he was going to be out easy if Spezio could let go of it. Leday, watch him. He obviously, the ball in the air, he's got to stop and make sure the ball hits the ground before he goes to third. So the Yankees coming back here with a bit of a threat. Nobody out. That'll bring Peterson, the pitching coach, out to the mound, and that will get the Oakland A's busy down in their bullpen. Olivares, one of the best at throwing ground balls to get double plays. He had thrown 23 double plays before this afternoon. So
T.J. Matthews and Buddy Groom now warming. Let's take a look at the Budweiser 7th inning game summary. Ben Grieve, a 2-run home run following a Scott Spezio 2-run double. The Athletics with 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Omar Olivares has pitched very well. You see the ground ball outs he's recorded. Jason Giambi with a base hit this afternoon and an 18-game hitting streak. On the Yankee side, they're threatening. First and third, nobody out. Posada hitless. And Jorge takes outside. Jorge has walked, and he has flied deep to center. Change up, fouled away. 1-1 to Posada with Ricky Leday on at third. and Leyritz on at first base. You have to wonder why they're holding Leyritz on with a left-handed batter up there and a 4-run lead. He's not going anywhere.
Well, in fact, he's only got about 3 steps off the first base bag.
Yeah.
If that much.
Outside. If Posada grounds one in the hole on the right side, it could be fielded if Spezio were back. And Art Howe is going to be regretful that he's holding Leyritz on. Makes no sense. Leading by 4. 2 balls and a strike to Posada. Down the right field line, base hit. Leday scores easily. Leyritz to third, Posada to second, and now things get interesting.
Boy, a nice piece of hitting by Jorge Posada. It looked like Leyritz may have hurt his left knee. He's kind of wiggling that knee back and forth. You can see Monahan looking out at him. What a nice piece of hitting. Obviously, Posada had ideas of pulling that ball to the right side, taking advantage of what you were talking about there. He got it up in the air and hit it so hard that it goes all the way to the wall. See Leyritz as he rounds second, and there at third base when he pulls up, you can see he kind of comes up a bit lame in that left leg. But he doesn't have to go far now. He only has to go home. Everybody, looks like Joe Torre or Gene Monahan hollering at him from the Yankee bench, and he assures them that he's all right. Maybe.
So it's a 4-1 ball game. Double by Posada, his 14th double, 43rd RBI. Infield is back, of course, for the Athletics. Brocious outside, ball 1. Something to keep in mind. With Leyritz limping like that, even though the infield's back, on a ball that's hit hard to one of them, you might have a play at home, as Art Howe has seen enough. And Art's going to make the move after the 1 ball to Scott Brocious, and T.J. Matthews comes in the game. And we're going to go quickly. We'll be right back. Yankees threatening, trailing by 3.
Prohibition was an extremely difficult period for the Bush family. That period almost broke the company. When Prohibition finally came to an end, my father wanted to do something for his father. He did so by presenting him with an 8-horse hitch, the Clydesdales, a symbol of that quality, of that tradition that is the hallmark of Budweiser, that is the hallmark of Anheuser-Busch.
A simple equation for speed. Take your PC, add your standard phone line, then add Red. What do you get? A business that moves faster. A business that works more efficiently. An affordable, high-speed digital connection that makes your current connection look like it's standing still. Call 1-888-RED-2000 for a no-risk 30-day trial. Red means go.
We brought you the compact pickup ranked best in initial quality. The next Neon with a lot more to love and sophisticated technology you can afford. Now, here's what's new for the new Dodge. The Dodge Summer Clearance with exceptionally low lease rates, generous cash allowances on select models, or extremely low financing. What's new from the new Dodge? Just catch the Dodge Summer Clearance.
Omar Olivares out of the game. He pitched well, leaving the game with runners on at second and third. Nobody out. T.J. Matthews is the pitcher. Well, we have a chance. It concerns Olivares, by the way. Let's take a look at our General Motors trivia question. Who was the last pitcher to beat the Yankees twice in the same season with 2 different clubs? Now, the reason that we asked that question is because if Olivares is the winning pitcher today, he will have beaten the Yankees with 2 different clubs. He beat them with the Angels earlier, and if he wins today, of course, with the Athletics, as we take a look at the numbers on T.J. Matthews.
T.J. Matthews, part of that St. Louis Cardinal trade back in 1997 when the Cardinals received Mark McGwire, and has been an important part of this bullpen for Art Howe. But you could see with T.J. coming in so quickly, Art Howe wasted no time, that he thought Olivares had lost something on that sinker ball to get the ball on the ground again, and running out of gas, he wanted to get him out of there.
First pitch, a strike to Scott Brocious as TJ works to AJ. AJ Hinch is catcher. Poked foul. So Matthews comes in and throws 2 strikes to Brocious. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Scott.
TJ did not go to Stanford. Leyritz on at third, Posada down at second. TJ went to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
That's more like a school to which initialed people go.
And he's also the son of the former Kansas City and Chicago Cub outfielder Nelson Matthews.
Grounded. Foul ball. Quick thinking by Chavez. He tried to make the tag of Leyritz. That would have been a very interesting play had that ball been fair.
Some interesting dancing going on at third base by Jimmy Leyritz there.
Whoa.
And I don't know what kind of ballet move that was. You're the ballet expert. Watch Leyritz. He's coming down. He's going to go home. Obviously, if the ball is on the ground, and now all of a sudden he's got to do a little, what do you call that, a pirouette?
Tiptoeing through the tulips.
Pirouette.
A quasi pirouette at third by Leyritz.
Quasi. All with a bad knee.
That's right. Still 1 and 2. Hit hard. Chavez looks at Leyritz, and sure enough, had Leyritz tried to score, he's a dead duck at home. 1 out.
Well, he's almost a lame duck. At third base, you can see he can go home with just about any ground ball except for the one to Chavez at third. Chavez looks him back. That's what the third baseman is supposed to do, and then go ahead and throw it over. So that holds the runners at second and third. Now there's 1 out.
That'll bring up the leadoff batter, Chuck Knobloch. Chuck 0 for 3 against Olivares. Another grounder, this one foul. 0-1 to Chuck Knobloch. 4-1. Athletics on top of the Yankees. Athletics with 4 in their half of the 6th. New York with 1 here in the 7th. They have runners on at second and third, and 1 out. Infield back, of course. So Leyritz will try to score on a ball hit to anybody in the infield other than the pitcher or third baseman. Knobloch in the hole, 0-2.
Good swing there, and Knobloch would want that pitch back again. When he swung at it, you could just see almost the disgust in his face that he fouled it back. And TJ Matthews, who has had some shoulder inflammation, also wearing that number 30 on his hat, and keeping in mind Tim Raines, who has now left this ball club and is suffering with the disease of lupus along with everybody else. He won't be back this season. They hope that he will respond to treatment and will be back with them in the year 2000. Him staying around 1 more day just to visit with the Yankee ball club, his former teammates, and talking to Chili Davis. And once he did that, he headed back to southern or central Florida, I think it was. So remembering Tim and what he's going through now.
Oh, sorry, partner.
Chili Davis obviously has not started today's game. Jim Leyritz, a designated hitter. He's at third base. In the 7th inning. No balls, 2 strikes to Chuck Knobloch. Strike 3 swinging. TJ Matthews coming in with 1 ball on Scott Brocious, has retired Brocious on a grounder, and now Knobloch on a strikeout.
Just good old hard fastball right down the middle. A little bit up in the strike zone. Olivares liking what he sees. Matthews on a mission.
Well, that's an odd graphic. 0 for 3 for Jeter. He has not hit a ball out of the infield in this game, grounding twice to short and once to third. Poked foul. 0-1 to Jeter.
Now this game can be so forgiving. You can be 0 for 3 and look so bad in 3 times at the plate, but 1 base hit or 1 home run and it's all forgiven. Almost like it never happened.
Leyritz on at third. Posada on at second. 2 outs now. Still 4-1. Athletics. Fly ball center field, and that should do it for the Yankees here in the 7th inning. What a job by T.J. Matthews. Coming in with runners on second and third and nobody out. 3 in a row retired. 4-1 Athletics.
It's Toyota's National Clearance Event. Take action now and find great year-end values and low financing on the last of the 99s. Like Corolla, AAA's top car under $15,000. You'll also find up to $500 in extra value package savings on Corolla. Get the Toyota you've been wanting. Your Toyota dealer will make it happen for you.
Get up and make it happen.
Can anything beat the excitement of U.S. Open tennis? What about basketball?
Here we go.
Push it up there. Push it up. 30 points down. Now let's get going.
The net.
The heck with the net. Shut up about the net.
Are you okay? Oh my God.
I have to go with U.S. Open excitement. For tickets, call 1-888-OPEN-TICKS.
A simple equation for speed. Take your PC, add your standard phone line, then add red. What do you get? A business that moves faster. A business that works more efficiently. An affordable, high-speed digital connection that makes your current connection look like it's standing still. Call 1-888-RED-2000 for a no-risk 30-day trial. Red means go.
You can never be sure when you'll witness history. But if you're not there, you can be sure that you won't. Get out there. Watch the Yankees take on the Twins August 13th through the 16th. August 13th is Travel Mug Night for all fans, 21 and over, courtesy of Maxwell House. See your beloved Yankee heroes in pinstripes once again as Fleet Bank presents Old Timers Day on August 14th at 2. And on August 15th, all fans 14 and under with a ticket will receive Millennium from the Beanie Babies collection.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Tim McCarver along with Bobby Mercer here at Network Associates Coliseum in Oakland, California. Overcast day. Unusual for this time of the year. Usually that overcast is reserved for city by the bay, across the bay, San Francisco. It's usually sunny here, but not today. And not today for Roger Clemens. He is not having a sunny afternoon. He gave up 4 in the bottom of the 6th and trails 4-1 as A.J. Hinch leads it off for the Athletics here in the 7th. He has hit the ball hard twice with nothing to show for it. Once to left, once to right. 0 for 2. Ball 1 to Hinch. Andrew J. Hinch from Waverly, Iowa. This one hit deep to left field, and nobody's going to catch this one. Home run, A.J. Hinch, 5-1 Athletics. That ball may have ended up in Iowa. Woo.
Second long ball given up by Clemens in this game, and Hinch liking what he has done there after working on his hitting extensively at Vancouver. Just goes to show you, if you will trust your hand, the ball inside, you can react to it.
Good point,
The
Bobby.
time up before, he lined one to right field. He got nothing out of it. The boy keeping that shoulder in and trusting those hands.
Tony Phillips now. Talked about it before. A lot of hitters don't give their hands enough credit for being as fast as they really are. A.J. Hinch has hit the ball hard 3 times and finally has something to show for it. 5-1 Athletics. Outside to Phillips. 1-1 to Tony. One and two. Dan Nolte warming for the Yankees. We have not mentioned that Jason Grimsley has appealed his suspension. Almost added a new word to our language. Expansion is not a word, to my knowledge. 2-2 to Phillips. Serving a 3-day suspension, not serving one, but handed a 3-day suspension for his part in the brawl on Friday night in Seattle. Frank Rodriguez, pitcher for the Athletics. We have not heard as to whether he will be appealing his suspension.
Also, Tim, just to add something to that, I read a little report in the paper that Jeff Nelson was on his way out here to the West Coast and possibly could be activated tomorrow afternoon for tomorrow's game.
Full count to Phillips. Then you have to wonder who the Yankees are going to
who the odd man out is going to
send
be,
down, right?
If that is true. We don't know that's true. So it appears that Nelson's rehab assignment is over with in the minor leagues, and he could be joining the Yankees very soon, maybe even tomorrow.
Strike 3 call. Phillips down again on strikes. Tony questioning Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire. Strikeout number 4 for Roger Clemens. 1 out here in the 7th.
Looked like a pretty good pitch there. You got to remember that that's when the ball crosses the front part of the plate.
Looks like a backup slider or a slider intentionally designed to go over the outside corner. Tony appeared to give up on it. And there's a strike to Randy Velarde, who started everything off in the 7th inning with a single to right. Ground ball to third by Brocious. The ball went under the glove of Scott Brocious, probably an error, and a rare one at that.
Ball hit hard, and the ball seems to just kind of take off on him. You see Brocious trying to get himself in position to where he can glove it on the left side. Ball was hit hard enough, too hard for him to get in front of it, and you saw it just goes underneath the glove. It's a reaction play.
Yep. It is being scored a base hit. So liberal scoring by the official score. And here's Jason Giambi, who is 1 for 1, a couple of walks and a single with an 18-game hitting streak. 32,474 on hand this afternoon. One of the larger crowds without a giveaway this season. First pitch high to Giambi. Even when the Athletics won in 72, 3, and 4, they drew over 1 million people only 1 year of those 3. There goes the runner, and Posada can't get it out of his glove. So Randy Velarde with a steal of second, his 16th stolen base of the year.
Big jump by Velarde, so Posada knows that he has to hurry. And when he tries to hurry, he never grasps the ball. Velarde with the big jump. You can see that Velarde looks back, which you're supposed to do, to see what happens in case the hitter pops the ball up or lines it or hits it.
3-0 now to Giambi, and Jason now walks for the 3rd time this afternoon. And here comes Joe Torre, and that looks like it's going to be all for Roger Clemens.
The month of August has been one of his better months, but today, the 8th of August, is not a good day.
Five-1 A's.
Prohibition was an extremely difficult period for the Bush family. That period almost broke the company. When Prohibition finally came to an end, my father wanted to do something for his father. He did so by presenting him with an 8-horse hitch, the Clydesdales, a symbol of that quality, of that tradition that is the hallmark of Budweiser, that is the hallmark of Anheuser-Busch.
A simple equation for speed. Take your PC, add your standard phone line, then add Red. What do you get? A business that moves faster. A business that works more efficiently. An affordable, high-speed digital connection that makes your current connection look like it's standing still. Call 1-888-RED-2000 for a no-risk 30-day trial. Red means go.
We brought you the compact pickup ranked best in initial quality. The next Neon with a lot more to love and sophisticated technology you can afford. Now, here's what's new for the new Dodge. The Dodge Summer Clearance with exceptionally low lease rates, generous cash allowances on select models, or extremely low financing. What's new from the new Dodge? Just catch the Dodge Summer Clearance.